This man is 57 years old and he's a father of 8 children and 1 wife. And this is what he looks like. This is Kate Namandi, Godfrey's wife, and they have been married for 28 years. In recent years, all over social media, there has been a surging number of photos of a particular couple that made headline news. These wedding photos have portrayed a woman of great beauty, yet her husband is the opposite. This made us want to know more about this unique love story that made the two love each other to the point of agreeing to live together. So we took the path to visit them. What brought the two together to the point of living together? Was it the wealth that plagued this woman, or was she too old? Today we visited the family of Godfrey Baguma, a comedian, famous artist, and shoemaker. We are currently in the Kizanga area in the Lwengo region in Uganda. The journey to this area was long, from the plane to the car until we took the motorcycles. We are excited to go and see if these two live as husband and wife. The journey took a while, but we finally reached peacefully, and we found that they're a family living together. The two have 8 children, the eldest of whom is a 20-year-old girl, and their last born is 7 months.
Amanya gange nze Bukenya Gilbert. General Sebabi. He's my father. He's the general because he's the ugliest man in all the world.
Banga General Sebabi tata wa.
When these two decided to live together, people thought the woman was insane, and then all the laughers regretted it. Here's how it all started. 25 years ago, the two met and got married. It started with Godfrey's brother, who married in the Sembabu region. When he arrived, he saw a beautiful girl and liked her. So he called Godfrey over to visit him so he could show him what he had seen. So the time came, and Godfrey went to visit his brother. When he got there, they showed him the girl. He looked at her and immediately loved her. That was the beginning of Godfrey's love journey with Kate. He says that although it was not easy, it worked. We want to inform you that his wife, whose parents are from Rwanda, came to this country as refugees and lived in this area of Zimbabwe, where Godfrey found her. Shortly after they began to think about their relationship, the girl started to inform her family that she was about to get married. When it was time to show her family the bridegroom, they were not happy with him. Almost all of them opposed her, telling her that they did not like him. Kate, who had already fallen in love, insisted on telling them that she had promised to live with her boyfriend. Listen to what she said in her words.
They kept putting
pressure on me that the man I wanted to live with, they didn't want him. It wasn't easy because the whole family was up against me. So I told them that if they don't like him, it doesn't matter because I love him, and we will live together whether they like it or not. Not only her family, but also her friends were constantly laughing at her, telling her that the man she was going to live with was not her perfect match. As a result, the couple decided to live together without marriage until they had 4 children, and that's when they got legally married. After those difficult times, Godfrey and Kate are happily together in peace and have become an excellent example to many. Those who discouraged them were so ashamed because they never thought Godfrey would turn out to be a loving and caring man that even became famous. Godfrey Baguma, a famous singer in the country, we asked him why he agreed to be called Mr. Ugly, and he told us that all of this came from the competition he was attending.
Waliwo omusajja omutegesi w'ebivvolo bamuyita Abutex yategeka ebivvolo mu Uganda kati yagenda n'ategeka ebivvolo n'agamba kanyoonyeyo abantu abasinga obubi kati n'anyoonyereza kati bwe yanyoonyereza n'afuna n'abalala kati ntukola competition nze nempangula nze bwe natuuka ku stage abantu ne bandaba buli omu yandabako yadduka buddusi awo naye nentegeera ti era ndi mubi.
He says that since then, he knew he looked far different from others, and at the same time, he was nicknamed General Ugly. We asked his wife how she reacted after her husband won the competition, and with a lot of laughter, she said,
bwe nakiwulira nze nasanyuka kyampesa kuganiza nakisanyukira.
I was delighted and overjoyed the day he won the competition. It was so great to see him on television news. It also made his family very happy because his father had become a topic in the headline news. Godfrey's face not only made him famous, as his children attest to, but also made people despise him. As his son Gilbert says,
atambudde ensi zonna zonna.
My father is a famous musician. He is not as he looks. He is an international artist and an expert who went to perform in Russia.
Wa Putin. Ate yagenda mu lutalo lwa Putin. Yagenda ku concert. Performing ku stage.
When we gave a microphone to his daughter, she told us that because of her dad's face, her childhood was a little challenging.
Era babyogera naye sibitwala nga kyamakulu.
In the past, my classmates laughed at me just because of my dad's face. But as I grew up, I got used to it, and now it doesn't matter anymore. The reporter asked Kate what was attractive about Godfrey that made her fall in love with him until they lived together. She replied that as they kept talking, their communication was perfect about everything, that she saw honesty in him. And she still testified that she wasn't mistaken, that he was still the same man she loved in the past. We asked her if she didn't love him for money, and she replied that he didn't have money and he doesn't until now. We asked her if it was because she was old, and she replied that when they lived together, she was very young, and many guys asked her out, but she couldn't hang out with them.
Nedda baba. Ne bw'aba ayina. Segenda. Totawaana.
According to what we saw, this calm and humble mother is passionate about caring for her husband and children. Godfrey, on the other hand, is always busy working hard to provide for his family since they have many children. He talked to us and told us what happened and how he found himself with the face he had.
Kati okwalibadde okukula nze bwe nazaalibwa nga ndi mwana munene, abazadde bange bwe bangamba nga ndi munene nga alina omutwe munene, kati okwalibadde okukula.
Godfrey said that he was born just like everyone else, but as he grew older, his body also changed until he developed a swelling in his head that began to change the shape of his head. As the note continued, his head and face also changed until he looked like this. Even though his head was changing, he did not feel pain to this day. When we asked him if he had had any pain before, he said it wasn't much pain, and after getting pills, it immediately stopped. The Kyazanga area is the city of Lwengo district in central Uganda, located between Masaka and Mbarara. It is a place of constant traffic for people and vehicles. There is no significant difference between day and night. We took our time to walk around the city at night. The locals go to the barber shop to shave, others are roasting chickens on the road. Either way, they work hard. One would say that it is a city of hard workers. When we got to his house, they not only gave us a place to sit, but also talked to us. Godfrey told us jokes. We laughed until the night fell, and so we had to stay over. This family is extensive, and they live in a tiny house, but they're happy and generous. In a few minutes, they began to put something together to eat. His wife ran to the kitchen to make something for us to eat as Godfrey was telling us jokes outside about his complicated history, as well as the lives of the locals. As soon as the food arrived, which was mashed green bananas and peanut sauce, the most popular food in the country, they served us this meal as a sign of appreciation. So we turned on our lights and enjoyed the meal to the fullest. During the interview, we asked where he gets their livelihood. He replied that his daily work is sewing shoes and singing. Some of his songs are popular in this country and neighboring countries, among which have more than 15 million views. In the morning, we accompanied him to his shoe place, which was close to where he lived because he gets difficulties on long walks. When he walks a long way, he feels terrible, so he doesn't go far. This is where he sits and waits for people to come for sewing. This is the job that helps his house, and he has been doing it for many years because he started it at the age of 15. The biggest problem is how his children will go to school. He says, considering where the world is going, a child must be educated, which is a burden on him because earning a living is a challenge. An Afrimax reporter asked if his music benefits him, and he said yes.
Kati ate ninja ninjingira music ndi muyimbi kati olwefaanana bwefaananamu kakati oli bw'ajja n'agamba sebabi mbadde nkwagala ojja onyimbiremu bwengatana kali kenjije ku ngatto nakano kampadde mu kuyimba kubanga byo byokuyimba si bya bunaku.
We asked the wife if Godfrey's music was not bothering her, and she told us that she is a big fan of her husband's songs. So we asked her to sing for us. She straightened her throat and sang her husband's songs.
Obubi nasiima nakikolera kiyatenga bwange munvumo omutwe naye abasinga ndaba abayaaye abakyala muli ttinki kuba nabafuna maawa kaagafumba ekyo kyekiraga mu by'abakyala mmanyi omukwano neekulira nti onaye andozaako sukaali mungi bw'ofuna akaseera oyitangayo n'olaba ekisajja abakonkana
Mama, nga mpulidde mwena muli bayimbi.
Nze siri muyimbi.
Godfrey and his wife are so much in love with each other, and they promise never to separate. We asked them if there was any kid who resembled their father, and the wife said that none of them reached their father precisely, and all of them looked like him.
Abasawo baavaako UK ne bajja wano ne bankyalya.
Godfrey told us that medical experts once came to this area from the UK. They tried to treat him and wanted to give him a regular face like everyone else, but found it impossible. So he had to stay like that. However, Godfrey is happy. His face doesn't bother him, and he is grateful to God that his wife truly loves him. This is Kate Namandi, who married Godfrey Bagumi. People laughed at her before and later came to regret it after her husband became famous worldwide. We wish this family a happy ever after. Thanks for watching. This is Afrimax English. Please remember to subscribe.